Okay, we're good on YouTube.
Hi
Sorry.
guys.
Was that a little shocker there?
No, it's not. And we are officially live on both channels here.
We got Spotify, YouTube,
And the world.
and the spiritual realm. Welcome to Raising Vibes with the Robs. I am Ben Shaman Rob, and this is
Karen, the almost high witch
of
Altamonte.
Altamonte. Soon to be
Downtown Orlando, baby.
Orlando. She's about to be an Orlandonian, folks.
Ooh,
Look out.
wait.
And we're about to be able to walk to soccer games.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for that.
Yes. Not to mention views of Lake Eola and hopefully lots of walks around Lake Eola. It'll be good for our mental health. So
it definitely will.
we're actually talking a little bit about mental health today. A very major part of mental health, I would say, is grounding. And I'm not talking about being grounded by your parents. I'm actually talking about grounding in the sense of coming back to the present time.
There you go.
So you don't want to live in the past. You don't want to live in the future. You want to live in the present. When we live in the present, ladies and gentlemen, we live in the best time for our lives. We have the best time of our lives.
Right.
If you have not noticed, when you forget about the time, that's the most fun times of your life. When you don't even know what time it is. You don't even remember what day it is. You're lost in the beauty of life. And that's what we want every day to be for you.
Oh, man. One of those good sleeps and you wake up, I mean, there's like stuff all over your face, you know what I mean? And you got the pillow marks on you. You're like, what era am I in? Like, what in the world? That's the best.
And it's a good way to look at it. I mean, you know, what era are we in? Like, we're in an era where grounding is very important. And I think the mental health crisis in America, as well as worldwide, really, comes down to grounding. If everyone's able to ground and they're able to like calm down to the moment and think, is this a good decision or a bad decision, then we probably wouldn't have as many problems as we do.
Yeah.
You know, as far as all this stuff goes.
So let's go ahead and talk about what grounding is in its most simple form. It is you sitting down outside in the middle of nature, shoes off, toes deep into the ground, connecting with Mother Earth, and pretty much just meditating. That is, in the simplest form, what that is. Now, it's not as easy as, you know, some people may have, you know, led to believe, because people like me have a hard time just shutting up all the voices in the head, you know. My head is 100% always going, and it is hard, but it's doable with enough practice. All you have to go ahead and do is you have to have a goal, an intention in mind, what it is that you want to accomplish, and you get in touch with Mother Earth. And Mother Earth provides you her energy. She provides you her wisdom. And when you do that, you connect directly to not just Mother Earth, but to yourself. And that's why I put that video out there on social media, because you're tapping in to power that you know you don't tap into every single day.
Right.
That kind of power is the kind of power that I'm talking to you guys constantly about. The fact that you are an amazing, powerful being that can accomplish anything that you can think of. And grounding does that to you. Let's say you are having an argument, or you are about to go into a interview. You go ahead and you ground and just watch the difference in your attitude, your mental health, just everything changes about you, because you are in tune with energy from nature, and you are in tuned with your own nature.
Yeah, I think it's important too when we're driving. I mean, that's a real important thing.
Right?
To ground when we're driving. It's like if you're not grounded while you're driving and you're just driving furious, you're more likely to get in a crash. You're more likely to get upset about the people in front of you that are driving like too slow or whatever. Like it's good instead of
Stop
honking.
describing me. I feel a little attacked here.
Yeah, instead of driving like like an a-hole, we can learn. Some of us are from Miami, and we have we don't know any better. But it's better to just ground and calm yourself and stay in that zone of like, okay, I'm in my lane, I'm doing my thing. If anybody else comes, I got to be defensive on my driving. I don't need to be offensive. I need to be defensive. In order to do that, you got to be grounded. You got to know where you're at. You got to stay in the present.
There are a lot of people who naturally know how to ground.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, we are, like I said again and again, I'm going to reiterate this throughout the whole entire podcast, different episodes. You have untapped potential. You need to get to know yourself in order to tap into that power that you have. It's just you were born with it. We all are. And one way of doing that is grounding. Now, you don't have to take off your shoes. You can go ahead and grab a stick outside, play with it, and connect, have that be the portal where the ground is touching the stick and you're touching the stick. And that way you guys are connected that way if you don't feel like taking off your shoes. As an autistic person, I do not like feeling grass unless I'm like in the moment and I'm super happy and I'm like, so I can definitely understand that feeling.
Well, me being a Florida boy, born and raised in Florida.
Well, you guys are different. You guys are badasses.
We walk around barefoot and we don't care if we get
no offense to anybody else.
Flow grown. We walk around barefoot. If we get a fishing hook in our foot or whatever, we keep walking. You know what I'm saying? We get whatever the case, we keep walking. And basically we build calluses on our feet.
Mm-hmm.
So but as you've taught me, your feet absorb everything.
They do.
So that just shows me the importance of grounding when your feet are incorporated with the earth. And like we live on the second floor, so it's like important for us to go on the actual ground and on the grass and connect with the earth. That's why you feel so good when you are in the grass and you're barefoot, or you're at the beach and you're barefoot. And another way to ground for me personally when I'm at the beach is to actually bury my feet in the sand. And I know you see me do it.
Yep.
And I just like bury my feet in the sand, and it's like I'm part of the whole landscape.
I know this is gonna sound very weird for anybody to actually say this to you, but hug a tree. It literally is the same thing. Guys, what you're doing is you are exchanging energy. You're tapping into that energy. There is so much wisdom that the earth holds.
Yeah.
And you can tap into that energy. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen in social media, I'm saying it now because I'm just being aware of it, but I'm pretty sure people all around across the timelines have already understood this, but there is such a thing that like a synthesizer that you connect it to mushrooms, you connect it to plants, you can connect it to just about anything that is nature, and it has its own frequency and it's audible and you can hear it. So you being able to hear something like that, I think that kind of helps you understand that.
And it's God frequency, correct?
Yeah.
So like.
Well, don't quote me on that. I'm not quite sure.
I'm pretty sure that like all of nature has the 963.
Yeah.
Which is just, I mean, if that's true, it's like.
Guys, 963 is amazing.
Like, what other proof do you need? But like as far as grounding goes, another way is to obviously meditate. Another way is to deep breathe.
Yes.
If you are having an anxiety attack, breathe in through your nose. One more breath. Let it out. So again, that's might sound kind of strange on
God,
the
that feels so
Spotify.
good. I know on Spotify we're like.
But the double breath has really helped me.
It does.
And then also on the exhale, if you kind of pause for like a second and then you do the inhale again, it kind of builds itself up, and it's really good.
Breath work.
There you go.
I found in what was that place? The Five Below. They have, guys. If you have gone to Five Below, you have access to these books. I mean, even Barnes and Nobles, you can get them for like $5, and they have so much wisdom. This one is a little book of self-care, breath work, and it says use the power of breath to energize your mind, body, and focus, and it really does do that and so much more.
Yeah, I mean it has helped me to, and everything, like when I was running back in my running days, when someone told me breathe through your nose, not through your mouth, I was like, okay. So I started breathing through my nose and out through my mouth, and it completely changed my running game, like completely, because I used to run like, and then I learned to go.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. I was perplexed there for a few. I was like,
you're getting more oxygen to your actual lungs,
right,
and
right.
it's more the rhythmic beat when you're running.
You use your body properly.
Yeah, so
and it
a lot of
helps.
people call it the runner's high, but I think it's from that breathing that you
Mhm.
actually get that high, that runner's high,
Mm-hmm.
from that breathing. So you can experience that runner's high if you're out of shape like me, or if you're, say you can't run, you have a physical disability where you can't run, then you can, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and get that same runner's high
Mm-hmm.
from grounding. And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it really is. Again, I want to reiterate, you are powerful. So you go ahead and find ways to silence your mind, silence the bad thoughts, and connect with nature. If you don't have time to go out in nature, look at a picture of nature. Listen to, I don't know, whale sounds or the waves crashing. Sometimes all it takes is just you being present enough to feel the warmth of the sun on your skin.
Yeah.
And that should be enough. I mean, all it takes is just a little bit, guys. But when you do that consciously, it does start to change.
Yeah, when I'm having a bad day, if I walk outside, it's a completely different feeling than being stuck indoors all day. You just got to get some sunlight. It's like,
right.
Whoa, like I don't know how people do it in other parts of the country. We're very blessed to live in a place that's like always sunny. So
true. Now think of the last couple of days it's
been
been nothing
rainy,
but rain.
But I mean, we don't go
yeah.
like months without sun. I don't know how they do it.
Right. What I was gonna say was, remember that whenever you are having an argument and you want to just, like for example, I get lost in what, for example, you may be saying when we're both arguing.
We don't argue.
No, God, no, we're perfect. Sure.
Kidding me? All we do is raise vibes and no argument. Come on.
We're all love and no shove. No, we never do that. But what I was gonna say is, it helps me go ahead and remind myself that the important thing for me to do at that moment is to ground, so that my mind doesn't start going all sorts of places that it shouldn't, right? Because when you're grounded, you're aware, you're calm, you listen, you have peace, you achieve peace.
Yeah, if your mind goes off and wanders, I mean, you can build on anxiety. You can build anxiety on top of anxiety on top of anxiety to the point where you have to go to the emergency room, like I've had to do numerous times, because of my anxiety attacks. And grounding, if I would have learned the tools and really worked hard on that, which I'm doing now, that would have never happened. So that's just proof that you have to work hard on this. This is not something that's going to be easy. It's like running a marathon. You're going to have to train. You're going to have to train to first deep breathe, maybe just a couple breaths,
Right.
And then from there you just start and you do like 1 minute, and you do like 5, then you can start meditating, and you can start really being able to calm your mind in situations where you need to calm it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's really a step-by-step process that needs, you need to improve daily on it and keep working on it.
Right.
Just like our spiritualism, we work on it every single day. We're improving every single day. We're learning new things. And that's the beautiful part about this journey, is that we can continue to learn and learn and learn every day, and grow exponentially from where we were when we started. And that's what our goal is.
Right.
With you guys, we want to grow with you. We want you to grow. We want to see you all grow. So.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I mean, if there's anything that we can do to help you, we're here for you.
Please let us know.
Please let us know. We are now on TikTok.
Woo-hoo.
So
you're gonna be seeing videos of us dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're gonna put on a show.
So, I mean, we are hip now. We're on TikTok.
We are hip.
Right when we get on TikTok, I'm sure there will be another social media platform that comes and takes its place.
Hopefully I don't break it.
Right. But we have some pretty cool videos on there already. Same hashtag, Raising Vibes with the Robs.
Yep.
I'm on there also as Ben Shaman, because I could not figure out how to link our accounts. But we're old.
But we're hip, guys.
But we're hip.
We're with
so
it.
check us out on TikTok, guys.
Check us out.
We're gonna try to do some shorter videos on TikTok to see how that works with our following, because we're gaining followers slowly.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting up to, how many do we have now?
I don't remember, honestly.
Quite a few.
We have. It's more than 10.
Yeah, like we have quite a few followers. So
sorry, guys. I'm a little exhausted from the day.
We had a ceremony just before this.
Yeah.
To actually eliminate my anxiety for good, and we're hoping that it worked. Karen, the witch from Altamonte, actually did a cleansing where she actually banished a demon from me. So I know a lot of you are thinking, "Wow, that's crazy," but it happened. And this took a lot of shadow work for me to figure out when this happened, when the anxiety started. My sister can attribute to this when it started because she was there in the room with me, and I had a panic attack in the hospital, and ever since then I've had severe anxiety, and I think I've talked about this before on the podcast.
Yeah, you have.
But we basically banished the demon for good.
Yeah, we did, and here's the thing that led to all of this. I mean, I was at work, and there was, it was one of those days where it was just pretty much slow. So I connected to spirit, and all of a sudden I hear one of my many, many extraterrestrial friends speak to me, and he kind of guided me. I say he because I don't know how to describe him due to what we use in this world.
Was this the same being that contacted you before?
No, this is a different being.
Okay.
But this one was kind of showing me that the reason why you felt that way when you watched that show was because TVs, phones, social media, all that stuff, it's a portal. And whenever you do watch a certain, content or, certain things, you leave yourself open to these spiritual beings. Not all demons are bad, though. I can't tell you that from experience.
I know, Miss Karen, but I like to watch horror movies, so what do I do?
Oh, gosh. You just have to be very careful.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and go over, if you guys are very interested in this, about horror movies and stuff, please let us know so that we can go ahead and talk about it more in depth.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if it is something that you want us to talk about, it is very important. It's part of self-care, pretty much. You want to be able to protect your energy. You want to be able to protect your home. If you come through that door and there is not peace, but something completely different, that's what you're going to have. You need to know what to do when there are certain things that just don't feel right.
And it's crazy because, like, was skeptical when you told me that we are gonna do this today. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's
I was like, you know what? I'll try it because, as everyone knows, again, my anxiety has been the biggest downfall of my life, and I will do anything. I've said before that I would cut off my arm or my leg. I would cut off both my legs, and to not suffer from anxiety because it's just that debilitating. And so we tried it today, and I feel so much better. And I just hope that this continues, that this feeling better continues, because I felt it in my heart. I literally, I haven't told Karen this yet, but I felt like my heart when after it was done was just so different. It's so different inside me now that whatever that was, I feel light, and it's crazy to even talk about. But yeah, we had a long day, a lot of crying, a lot of emotions, bringing out pictures of my relatives from my mom's side, from my dad's side, pictures of me and Nick Anderson, who used to play for the Magic, pictures of my son Oliver, like just really got deep. So
Yeah.
it was a lot.
It definitely was a lot, and you know, it's a lot of energy that you're taking out, and you have to be able to replenish that energy with something good. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm physically exhausted here.
Nothing better to replace it with than the love of our podcast.
I know. That's why I was like, you know what? We owe it to these guys. They give us their energy each and every single day whenever they decide to listen to us. And you're right. It really is a lot of love that we're replacing it with. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for choosing continuously to support us.
Yeah.
And hopefully you learn something from, what we give you here. That's, to me, that's the whole entire point. That's the mission,
Right.
To make people better.
Yeah, to make your soul better too, like eternally. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing better than that, right? I mean, you can eternally be better. I mean, what the heck?
Heck yeah.
Go for it, man.
I love it. The other thing that grounding is also going to do is it's going to widely connect you to your higher self. It's going to help you understand parts about you that you didn't even know were there.
Right.
You get to tap into a specific energy and into power that you didn't even know you had. I mean, before I knew what I know now, I was a person that pretty much never said no. I always gave in to anyone's demand because
Wow, that is really hard to believe.
Yeah.
Being your husband, that is hard to believe.
No.
No, I completely understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, it even to the point like where I realize like stuff in nature now when I'm taking a walk that I never realized before. Like I realized like I was walking to Publix, I think it was yesterday, and going to get the groceries, and there's a heron there, and I'm just like, "Good morning, Mr. Heron," and he kind of like bowed to me back.
I thought you said hair. I was
No.
like, "There's a hair where?"
No,
I ate that food.
Heron, a heron.
Oh God.
Yeah. No, a heron. Like I
Okay,
was like,
yeah,
"Good morning,
the
Mr.
bird.
Heron," and the bird, and he like bowed his head back to me, and then
No way.
yeah, and then two people came walking the other way,
Uh-huh.
and then he just like flew off when they came. So you could tell he was like vibing with my vibrations because I was like,
Mm-hmm.
and grounding does that too. I think grounding helps with our vibes, and that's what our goal is here, raising our vibes. So
Absolutely.
So when we're grounded, we can raise our vibrations way better, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, you bring an excellent point because I remember when I started my meditation practices, and this was 2020, like the end of 2019, early 2020, and I had to get out of the house. If not, I was gonna go nuts, right? So I would just walk around the neighborhood, and all of a sudden it became an easy practice to do. I would go out to Celebration and walk and everything. Next thing you know, just like with you, animals would come out of nowhere. I had like no, it wasn't a fox.
You said a deer came up to you, right?
I've had deer come up to me. I have had not a wolf, the other, a coyote,
Oh yeah.
show up, a hog. I've had eagles. I've just all sorts of animals. I
Mhm.
mean, you got the point. So, I mean, not that I'm saying that every single day, you're gonna be all Snow White and stuff, but
All of a sudden it's Jumanji.
yeah, right. But
We can all dream, you know. So.
but it's because you're connected with nature. So nature talks back to you.
Right.
Nature finds a way to connect with you and let you know, hey, I heard you and I'm here. You know, he brings out his alligator, white alligator named Tesla,
Albino.
albino.
Yes. I am petting him for you Spotify listeners. Tesla is a great spirit guide. He's a totem spirit of mine, and he is awesome. Love him. He was there for my ceremony today.
Mm-hmm.
So he actually blew out one of the candles, which was crazy.
I know, it's crazy.
But anything more we have to talk about?
No, actually, this would just about wrap it up. Again, guys, thank you so much for your time and effort and energy that you put in with us and your support. We love you very much. Remember, ground. Do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Do it for yourself because, as I said in the last episode, you're fucking worth it.
Mm-hmm.
You are worth it, and guess what? Nobody's gonna do it for you but you.
You gotta put in that hard work. You're gonna have to put some time, spend some time away.
Mm-hmm.
Like put your phone away if you have to, and go outside and just literally like ground, like just sit in the grass or whatever you have to do.
Yeah, challenge yourself just to go during this. I mean, hopefully you get a full 3-day weekend, but whatever time of that you actually have, whatever free time that you have, even if it's just in the shower, you can connect with the spirit of water. It is still Mother Earth. Do it, guys. You definitely will benefit from it. That I will promise you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we love you again. Thank you for allowing us to raise your vibes, and have a great night. See you next episode.
Peace out. Peace. Love you, YouTube fam.